Today we're gonna do something crucial in the interpretations and the show-offs of what classical Danish food is. We're gonna do smørrebrød. And smørrebrød is the Danish word for open-faced sandwiches. And smøre, it means like to smear, to spread something. And brød, yeah, I think it sounds like the same. Brød. Smørrebrød, so it's a piece of bread that you actually put something on. Open-faced sandwich. One of the most important things in Denmark, one of the most important things that we've been eating, the thing that we are missing when we're out traveling from Denmark, when we're away from home, is this. It's called rugbrød or rye bread. I think for many years that this kind of bread have been like really, really important as a nutrition in Denmark. Mainly because the sorts of grain that are mainly used in this is really, really popular, is good to grow in Denmark, in these northern parts, especially when the environment was a bit colder. This is very, very, of course it can go stale, but it keeps the moist in, and it's very dense. It's like, and it's the main thing in an open-faced sandwich. And then we got this, I wouldn't call it a plain white bread, but it's a sourdough bread. And it's made by the great sourdough wizard from Ireland, Paddy Lad. And he graciously did our 100% organic rye bread. And this is with Ølandshvede, which is a native Nordic sort of grain. And all is like stone grinded, and it's just like, yeah, it's perfect for white bread. You can go all white like these square toast breads, but we're gonna step it up today. And we're gonna do classics, but we're also gonna do a step up. And then, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, this is the gold. They have arrived. The gold nuggets of Danish underground. These are new Danish potatoes. These are the things that we've been waiting and craving for the whole winter, where we had like our stored potatoes. And in fact, I think this is a bit of a robbery because they're so small. So they should actually had the time in the ground to grow a bit bigger, so we could get some more food out of them. But I just couldn't stop digging. I couldn't stop digging. When I saw the tops of the potatoes, I was like, one of my favorite things to do with these potatoes and why they're here is actually in kartoffelmad. It's an open-faced sandwich with new Danish potatoes. It is by far one of my favorite dishes in the whole wide world. I can go everywhere, to all Michelin restaurants, to all vast places of the earth, and find strange new produces and ways to cook them and prepare them. And but getting home in the beginning of summer in Denmark and having a new Danish potato, I kid you not, it's something that I really would die for. Of course, family and friends, dogs, but new Danish potatoes is extremely, extremely valuable to me. Hello, little friends. Okay. Today, we're gonna do 4 kinds of smørrebrød. We're gonna do the legendary kartoffelmad, the open-faced sandwich with new Danish potatoes. We're gonna do eggs and shrimp, æg og rejer. Then we're gonna do a stjerneskud, which is the Danish word for shooting star, and it's just like it's a whole dish in itself. And then we're gonna do the thing that also, even for Danish people, will divide the waters, and it's called gammelost med fedt, løg og sky rom, which means a very, very old cheese with an aspic, mustard, raw onions, and a good rum. And you're not into the old cheese stuff, Matthew?
Absolutely not. No.
So there we go. Even being best of friends, it will divide the waters. I am absolutely into that kind of thing. Did I add that on the bread that you're serving the old cheese on is adding pig's fat?
I don't believe I will like this one today.
No. But I think you'll like the other ones.
Okay.
But first of all, we're going to prepare the fish for the shooting star, the stjerneskud. And normally, you'll use a flat fish, the classic traditional one, the plaice, like the flat round fish with the red spots on. That's the one you will preferably use if you're doing it a totally classic way. And it is good. It is one of my favorite fishes. But the sadness of it all is that the waters where we could fish those places in Denmark, the places where you could fish plaice, are actually very much in need of oxygen. The seabed is completely dying, and that means that the fish don't have anything to live up. They're bottom feeders. The places, they're going like on the bottom and lying down there, and they're eating all kinds of small krills and crustaceans, but they're bottom feeders, and if they don't have anything to hide in, if they don't have anything to feed off, if they don't got any oxygen in the water, it's pretty much a shitty job to sustain life. So, what do we do then? Of course, this is Eat Out the Danes, so I called up the fishmonger and I said I need Danish fish and I need a flatfish, and there's loads of varieties. But the king of the Danish flatfish is, some might say, I don't not actually agree with it. I think it's a really, really, really nice fish, but it's also a really expensive fish. It's the turbot. So I went to the harbor this morning and got this baby. And
oh my,
this is by all means one of the greatest fish in the world. So I just do a small wash down here. I'm just using a small cloth here to get all this mucus out, this slime. So now I'm gonna start prepping the fish. And I got the cutting board here, and then I'm putting on a completely clean tablecloth or kitchen towel. Not tablecloth. Well, you can use a tablecloth if you want.
No judging.
No judging, exactly, Matthew. But look at this fish. Look at this fish. Oh my God. And you can see here, if you lift up the gills, you will see a bright red color. Not like brownish. It's just, go smell it, and it just smells like, it actually smells like the sea when the sea smells fresh. Preparing a fish like this for the stjerneskud, the shooting star, we need two kinds of fish. We actually need three kinds of fish, and then we need some shrimps. So we need a butter-fried piece of flatfish fillet. We need a poached or steamed flatfish fillet, and we need cold smoked salmon, and then we need freshly peeled shrimps. And as this is just a beauty of a fish, we're gonna just take the fillets off and slightly salt them. Not much, but just slightly, and then we're gonna put them in the fridge to rest. This is a piece of gold, so we're gonna treat it as so. How to cut open this fish? Actually, the fish is kind enough to be evolving like a cutting line here. If you got from the middle of the tail here, you can see this small line here, which is the nerval line that are going, and it will run almost exactly over the backbone of the fish. So that is where we start to cut. And where to cut to, this end, it like pretty much gives itself. But here, you want all the meat, and you can just press and find out where the meat is. So here, the head is beginning. They've got the gills. It's like a small half moon here. And you can feel the meat is all over here. When you're cutting, it's all right to have a knife with a bit of flex in the blade, because when you're gonna cut the fillet off in the way that we're doing today, we're gonna cut to the bone, into the bone, and just like cut out very like in long strokes. Don't like jab like this. Then you just need to sharpen your knife. So we're going all the way down the line here in the back of the fish. And then you got the backbone down here, and then you want to go to get all the meat here by the head. It's a pretty thick-skinned fish. And now you can start cutting off the bone. Get the fillet off. So first you're gonna do very soft strokes here to open up from the backbone. I'm opening in here from the backbone. And obviously the thickest part of the fillet is here by the neck. So you want to go deep into the bones. And you're going to do long strokes here by the bone. So this is the fillet, and this is the bones that you want to have cut from. And this is the fillet here. So this is actually not meat, this is but the fillet is right here. And we're gonna clean this up in a bit. Just gonna put it here to start with. Then we're gonna do the other side of the fish. So you can see, so I'm cutting in here.
Nice.
Yeah. Long strokes with a sharp knife. So once again, we got the fillet here, and we're gonna clean it up later. Now we're just gonna take the fillets off, and then we're gonna put the carcass back in the freezer, just to freeze it, and then we'll utilize that for a stock. Now we got the other side, the back of the fish, and here you can actually, this is really easy to cut, because there you can definitely see the line here in the center of the fish. And there's actually like small, this is like lamels of the meat. And they will actually show you the way, point the way to the middle of the fish. It's just a privilege to get a fish like this to work with. And then we're actually doing Smørrebrød with it. That is insane. So, I'm gonna cut down here. This is, if you've been working at the harbor with fish for many years, this is just, you're gonna do this in 2 minutes, the whole fish. But since I'm not a monger, I'm just a happy camper doing fish, loving fish, I do my best to protect every part of the fish you should eat. So here we got the back of the fillet. We're gonna clean that again. I'm gonna put it here. Fish is one of my favorite proteins. So just to cook, be able to cook with these kind of fish. Obviously, we all, from what country you live in, depending if you got waterline. For me, Danish fish is some of the most beautiful fish to eat. Oops. So here we got another fillet. Gonna clean that up. But now let me just show how to clean up the fillets. Wow, what a piece of incredible fish here. I'm just gonna take the skin off because in some mysterious way, us Danes have been used to that. We cannot eat the fish because they have bones in it. Well, of course, they have bones in it. So everybody has to be filleted, and every fish has to be filleted. It's not plausible to serve a fish with bone in, even though that the fish cooked with bone in, as everything cooked with a bone in, have a really, really big possibility of being so much more delicious, so much more moist, so much more meaningful than everything deboned. But since we're doing Danish smørrebrød, we are going to debone. We're taking off the clean fillets and we're gonna take off the skin. So I'm always starting from the tail here. I'm just getting the knife in and getting to, once again, as we cut in the bones, we're gonna cut in the skin. And if you got a sharp knife, you can just almost pull it. And don't be worried about this flossing out, because we're going to take that away and we're going to put that in the stock back for the freezer. So you want to get as close to the skin as possible. All right. So here we got the skin, almost with no meat on, and then out here we got the meat that's sitting on top of the fins. Out here we got a small piece of bone. Just gonna lay that off here, and then we're gonna trim all the way down here.
Wow.
And up here,
It looks so clean.
yeah. Now we're getting there. So this is a piece of Danish cod turbot fillet, and we're gonna use that for stjerneskud, for shooting star smørrebrød. It's just, it's unfathomable. So we're just gonna do the rest of the fish here. And if this is too slippery, just bring in a little bit of the kitchen towel. And then this is the short end of the turbot. Got the bone here. Cloth here. And then just so here's also a bit of the fin. So get under it so we don't waste so much, and trim it off and get a nice piece of fillet. So that would be the short side of the top. Boom. And now we get to the big part of the fish here. It's the thick and long part of the fillet. So this is the thick part of the turbot, on the top side, and So this is what we got to work with today. For stjerneskud. Oh my God, it's beautiful. Yep. I'm in a haze of love right now because we got these new Danish potatoes and we're going to use them for a kartoffelmad, open-faced sandwich with potatoes. And normally when you're boiling potatoes, I think it's a good idea. You can add all kinds of spices, herbs, green herbs. You can have like if you have stalks from lovage, or if you have some parsley stalks, and you got like some coriander seeds and all kinds of good things. You can like pimp up the water with when you're boiling potatoes. It's a good idea. But for these, the first potatoes from our ground here, I'm just gonna do salt. I'm just gonna do a lot of salt in the water. And then I'm gonna watch them like a hawk, because how difficult is it to boil a potato? I've been boiling potatoes for my fucking whole life, and I still think it's like pretty much an art form, a hidden craft that we forgot, because everybody in Denmark, there's a tendency to just boil your potatoes for like 19 hours and then just mash it up with the sauce. And it's good. But for these new Danish potatoes, it's, in my opinion, an absolutely no-go. You want to have a potato which is al dente. We'll see it when we cut one open. We'll have a potato which is not boiled into pieces. It has to be like soft and hard at the same time. I don't know what the expression is in English, but I'll show you. So now we're gonna get the water to boil. And these small potatoes, these size potatoes, will boil for about 7 minutes. And then I'll turn down the heat, put on a cloth, let it sit in the warm water for about 5 minutes, and I'll feel the potatoes, and then they're done. This is a sacred moment for me. The first Danish potatoes. I said that maybe 100 billion times now.
About that.
Yeah. So I go 100 billion times more, and then I'm never going to say it again. One of the things we're going to do today is also a Danish version of the remoulade. Remoulade. And it's a mayo-based sauce with blended pickles. The mayonnaise has to be good. Of course, the mayonnaise has to be good. And one of the things that actually makes a mayonnaise good is if you're using fresh eggs. We got the chickens outside, and there are actually they're pumping right now. They're just shooting out eggs all around the place. I'm just every day is like hunting for Easter eggs, like and then they're like, "You're taking our eggs, stupid. I am a direct descendant of the dinosaur, and now you are taking my eggs." So these are the eggs. I got 2 eggs here. I'm gonna need 2 yolks. Preferably, if you don't know where your eggs are from, you should do it with a pasteurized egg. I know where the eggs are from, and I'm gonna split the egg here. Look at that color here. Boom. So, this, I'm not going to show you the brand, it's just plain Dijon mustard. And it's not that the mayo is going to taste of mustard, but it gives it a round flavor. And this is the hot one, so we're going to go gentle. About this much, 3/4 of a tablespoon, I guess. We got our pickled cucumbers here. And they're in this salty, vinegary brine. And it got a bit of horseradish in it. And it's going to be beautiful. It's not going to taste of that. It's just going to add some flavor. And, of course, a bit of freshness from the cucumber. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons. Eventually, just whisk this up. You could do this with a hand mixer. I think our staple goblin stole it, so here we go. We're gonna add some salt. Also, high chemistry. So you want the salt, and you want the vinegar, and the egg yolk and the mustard to become like this smooth dressing. I think everybody loves a good mayo. I'm just gonna pick up some really, really normal, neutral sunflower seed oil, and we're gonna add it very slow while we're whisking. If you add too much oil to the eggs and you're whisking by hand, it'll split. If you're doing it with all the components in like a high glass in the stick blender, you're able to just like do it like this. But since the electricity is in the other building, all the tools are in the other building, we'll bring them out later. But right now, maybe I'll prove that I can actually whisk a mayo by hand. It's so popular. Is it getting better by mixing by hand? Definitely no. So when you're dropping in the first drops of oil, you really want to get that worked in to the eggs and the salt and the vinegar, so the emulsion begins, the thickness of it all begins. Because when you actually got the emulsion going, you can add a little more oil at a time. Still be careful. So let's see if I fuck this up. Oh, we got 7 minutes on the potatoes. Oh, it smells so good.
How should it feel now?
Well, it should actually feel a bit hot. And then, but not completely as hot as when you put in the water. So now we're just gonna turn off the heat here. Boom. And I'm gonna get a clean towel here. You can actually also take the water off, but I prefer to have the water around the potatoes for like 5 minutes more, and then take out the water and then put the cloth on again. So let's rock on with the mayo here. And look at the color here. It's really yellow. And that is because that we are getting it from chickens who actually just are eating what they are digging up of the ground. I don't know if like worms should have the credit for getting the yolks more color. It's perfect. We're gonna put that away in the fridge. Shrimpy, shrimpy, shrimpy. So these are sea-boiled North Atlantic shrimps. And if you're from a part of the world where you have like shrimps on the size of small cars, well, lucky for you. But we still feel lucky here in Denmark because we got some great Norwegian friends who actually are fishing these and boiling them at sea. I could talk for hours about the sustainability of shrimp fishing in the North Atlantic. I shall not bore you with that yet. Instead, I'm going to show you how to peel the shrimps. When you're getting open-faced sandwiches in Denmark, there's a lot of shrimp is part of a lot of those pieces of open-faced sandwiches, and there's so many restaurants there serving Smørrebrød open-faced sandwiches, and they're just like they buy buckets of already peeled shrimps, and I can't even say that they taste like shit because they taste like nothing. And they are almost like, when you're squeezing them, they are almost like a kind of mushy. And and it's just it's just not doing the smørrebrød anything good. Especially when one of your favorite pieces of smørrebrød is eggs and shrimp, and you get like these completely overboiled eggs, and then you get like a already made very bad quality of mayo, completely white, and then you get like these shrimps from a jar, and it's the whole combination is just a horrible experience, and many at times it would be one of the most expensive pieces of open-faced sandwiches that you get on the menu would be with shrimp. There's a whole piece of open-faced sandwiches, smørrebrød, which is called rejmad, which means a piece of bread with shrimps on. And it's so rarely that you are getting like a good quality of bread and a good quality of shrimps on a rejmad. Because if you get good shrimps and you get a good piece of bread and a little bit of mayo, actually that is a terrific piece of smørrebrød. But if you just pour a lot of crap on one thing, like, it doesn't even matter. So, you pick up the shrimp. All right. You break the head off. Boom. Open up the shrimp. Getting into the middle of the legs. Peeling off the back shell. And then you got like this clean piece of meat. Hold onto it as close as you can to the shell of the tail. And then just wiggle, wiggle. Don't stop. Okay. Good. I'm just gonna put these back in the fridge. The potatoes have rested for about 5 to 6 minutes in the water. And it's perfect. I'm sorry, but I can't fucking wait. I'm sorry. This is gonna be ugly.
Oh, look at that. Butter. You know that's good. Remember to breathe.
I can't breathe. Every fucking year it seems to amaze me. I got chills down my spine right now.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing.
That's what we've been waiting for all fucking...
Simon, that's a payoff.
Yeah, we don't need to cook anymore today, huh? So I'm just actually gonna pour some cold water on them. If there's any rest heat in the surface of the potatoes, it's just gonna stop cooking. There you go. This is the Danish gold.
Yes.
I don't give a shit about all kinds of Danish design classics and stupid inventions that we Dane might have brought to the world, but this new Danish potatoes, which is absolutely not a Western European invention, but damn. What do you want to put on some kind of open-faced sandwich with a potato of that quality? Because you could just eat it with butter and salt.
I was just gonna say, I don't want to put anything on it.
Yeah, I know you don't. That's because you're scared of the old cheese. So you just want to have something that you really like.
Yes.
Okay.
Don't fuck it up.
So I'm gonna do a crispy bit on top, which is gonna be deep fried capers, caper berries. I'm gonna deep fry them, and that's this sounds pretty easy. It is pretty easy, but you gotta take really good care of yourself because you're handling hot oil and something with a very high water content. So you wanna drench these capers really, really good before you're frying them up. So we're just gonna warm this oil up slowly. I'm just gonna take a good amount of capers here in this small. And they taste good, they really taste good when they're fried. So it's kind of, it can almost be a snack. We're gonna press these, like really give them a good squeeze. If you had that kind of bodily infrastructure called a brain, you'll maybe use a colander and press it through there. But after me having the first Danish new potato, it seems that every kind of reason just left my body to start partying and calling other stupid people and saying, "Oh, they're here, my God, they're here." Eventually you end up with something who looks like this. And you can see some of those are like pretty smashed up and some of those are a bit more like whole, but at the end of it, we drained them for a lot of water. The temperature of oil that you would be frying in would be about 168, 170 degrees Celsius. And that is gonna, actually it's gonna maybe do a bit of squirting. So please, be very careful. Keep the dogs and the almost blind grandmother away because the smell is going to be awesome, but the consequences of you running into a hot boiling oil with capers is crazy. Yeah. There you go. So this is how much it's gonna rise just by this small one. And then you wanna keep this going easily. And be gentle, be very gentle. So when like the big rush is over, like now, you've boiled out the majority of liquid in the capers, and now they're starting frying. So that's where you're gonna decide which kind of color you want these in. They're also, the seeds inside of the capers are popping a bit, and this smell is just incredibly good. So, here we are, diggity done. There you go. So here we have like the toppings. You can see they change color and you can hear like, oh, this is crispy.
Yes.
Matthew?
Yes.
I'm really sorry about this, but I'm on a roll. I took a radical decision because now we got this turbot that we're gonna fry up for the shooting star, the stjerneskud.
Yes.
And there's one piece of open-faced sandwich that we cannot avoid in this program when we got a fish like that. And that is fiskefilet med remoulade. It's like fried fish, breaded fish with remoulade, sauce remoulade, à la Danois. Luckily enough, I've made a pickle. It's just like this. So this is just like cucumber, pickles, cauliflower, carrots, and we boiled it in with a spice blend of mustard seeds and vinegar and pepper, a bit of sugar, and then we just thickened it up with a bit of cornstarch. And sauce remoulade, you might know from all kinds of places in the world, but the Danish version, remoulade, is something completely not so different, but completely Danish. So I'm just gonna put a spoonful down here. A homemade remoulade is just like a thing that you cannot get enough of.
That's true.
We're just gonna blitz this. And we're gonna we absolutely want a bit of chunks, but then we also want to like chop some of it like really fine. I think let's take a look. Yeah, you know, some of it is like totally destroyed, and some of it is like chunkier. I like my pickles with a high content of acidity. I don't use that much sugar. I use a bit of honey when I do this, and then we're gonna take some mayo. Mayo. And look at the color still.
Delightful.
Yeah, it's just amazing. And this is by far at least 100 times better than the remoulade that you would buy in any Danish store.
Simon, you outdid yourself again.
Oh, this is remoulade. And let's put this back in to the fridge. Alrighty. Then let's go see the chickens, if they got any eggs for us. Hello, hønserne. So this is the daily stare-off. Sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, there we go. Sorry. So here we got these beautiful eggs. Hi, hønsene. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the colors of those eggs. And that's about what we need. We're just bringing gold to the table today, Matt. It's like new Danish potatoes, fresh eggs, fresh shrimps.
Let's go.
All right, we are still on the quest for creating the best toppings for our open-faced sandwiches. And for the shooting star, we're going to use some asparagus. I got these beautiful local Danish white asparaguses. Because we have the quality of fish that we have today, and we're doing everything from, ground zero, we should do a decent asparagus too. So we got these white asparagus, and I'm just gonna blanch them very fast. It's gonna be like 30 seconds. Here. So now we got the asparagus here. Yeah, I just need a little more time. They still have to be crunchy. I need my white asparagus in this quality crunchy, and I need them to be crunchy like a vegetable element on the shooting star that is crunchy. Yeah, they're done. So if you're really into keeping crunchiness on a high crunch level, you could put these in ice water to completely stop the boiling process. We're gonna use the water for boiling our fresh eggs out from the tiny dinosaurs. And then we're gonna make two sauces, because on a shooting star, there's always two sauces represented. There's a white sauce and there's a red sauce. And exactly what those two sauces, what the content of those are, I don't actually know. Some just put mayo on, and then some kind of thickened Thousand Island dressing. And it becomes very fat on fat, and then the sweetness from the Thousand Island style for me, it's I'm just gonna say, and maybe I'm arrogant, but it's not. Those things are not worthy of the shooting star that we are making today. So I'm gonna do the dressings that I normally would put on a shooting star, and the one is called dild de bedut, and the other one is just called the red sauce. We're gonna boil these, so they're gonna be what we in Danish call smilende, which means they're medium rare to the rare side. And this will take about 6 minutes, and then we'll take it off and let it cool down. And then it will hopefully become the consistency that we need. I'm just gonna put on a timer. Okay, so now we're gonna do the red dress. And we're going all in with all kinds of strange things. So here we got like English sauce, which is equivalent of Worcestershire sauce. We got the all-purpose sauce, Heinz. And then here we got a really special thing. This is my Uncle John, who is making this brand, who's called Copenhagen Hot Sauce. And this is a prototype of a piment d'Espelette, a chili sauce, fermented chili sauce on a vinegar base. And this is a hot sauce with the same, with green peppers, I guess, and then a brand of Danish cola, which is called sports cola, which means the sporty Coke. And it's just amazing. So these 4 sauces are going in with the mayo that we made, a bit of mayo, a bit of creme fraiche. It's sweet smoked paprika. It's not like dusty smoked paprika. It's just like, yeah. We're gonna add some mayo here. Then we're gonna have some creme fraiche, maybe this much. It will keep it fresh. Black pepper, freshly ground. The English sauce, the Worcestershire sauce. This carries just like a huge amount of fermented flavors, umami, if you want. Then we're gonna go in with the ketchup, which is, of course, the sweetness. Don't overdo the ketchup because everybody knows the taste of sauce Heinz. So they will go, oh, it's a ketchup dressing. By all means, no. This is the red shooting star. So now we got, just to bring it not as much heat as a bit of fermented flavors of like garlic and these piment d'Espelette, these chilies. We're just gonna do a few drops. You can use Tabasco if you don't, because obviously you don't got Uncle John's super hot sauce. But Tabasco will not be at all the same, but it will do the job. A bit of sports cola hot sauce. There you go. We go for a tiny bit of the smoked paprika. The longer the sauce sits before you serve it, the more the flavor of the paprika will like run out in the dressing. We should do a bit of garlic. And I'm just gonna peel a couple of cloves here because we're gonna use garlic for the white sauce as well. And then I'm just chopping it. Oh, there we got the eggs. Turn down the heat. I'm gonna put on some cold water. So this much garlic
Yes.
into the red sauce, and then we're gonna take the rest of the garlic here for the white sauce. That is the right red sauce.
That's good shit.
Yeah,
That's good shit.
that's what we need. That's exactly
Wow.
what. Deal them all. The metal record that you never thought you should listen to. So now we're gonna make what is called dildibidut, which is the white dressing for the shooting star. And we're going in with mayo. We got our chopped garlic here. That's way too much. Gonna go like this. Boom. We're gonna add some mustard. When you're doing white dressings for something, I always think that a bit of mustard is good. Not like over mustardy, but if that's a word. But just a dab. We're doing our sour cream, our creme fraiche. Here we got like fresh, organic Danish dill. So we're chopping this up. Some organic lemon zest. We're just using the same grater as the garlic, it doesn't matter. We're on the run, we're in the flow, we're doing it. And then we're going in with the freshly ground pepper. And, in the red dress, we didn't add any salt because there was a bit of salt in the red chili that we're doing. It's eventually fermented, which is done in a process where you add salt to the chilies. So that actually gives it that bit of salty body that you need. But this one needs salt. Gonna put that to the fridge. Gonna clean up here. So now we're getting ready for doing the breaded fish that we're using for the fiskefilet remoulade, the fried fish and the sauce remoulade. And then we're doing it for the stjerneskud, the shooting star. Plain white flour, all purpose. Egg, we just beat up an egg. And we got the panko breadcrumbs. So I'm just gonna add some pepper and some salt to the flour here. Salt. This is so ridiculous. Using freshly caught Danish turbot for doing fiskefilet and doing stjerneskud. As I told earlier, that the normal fish for both of these dishes would be rødspætte, which in English is plaice. And just to be using this kind of quality of fish is, I would say, arrogant is not a completely stupid thing. So this one should definitely be breaded. So as we talked about, we got one dry hand and we got one wet hand when we're breading, so we don't completely bread our fingers. And as you obviously can see here, these plates are way, way, way too small for that. That fitted all right. Should I tell you a secret,
Yes,
Matthew?
please.
I've never ever breaded a piece of turbot because I think that would be sacrilege to do, but now we're doing it. So this is one
For the books.
mofo of breaded.
Look at that.
Let's fry up the big ones. Today we're gonna pan fry these fillets. So go where you can be sure that there are actually pan frying butter fried plaice or butter fried breaded fish fillets is by far a more delicate experience than just putting it in the deep fryer. And that being said, fish being put in the deep fryer, if it's good fish and the breading is cool and the breading is delicious, it can be absolutely beautiful. Just like fish and chips, it can be absolutely beautiful experience I just like the taste of butter in terms of the dishes that I had in mind when we planned to do this. So that's what we're gonna do. It's about time to get the rest of the toppings in. And the thing about Danish open-faced sandwiches is that there's a lot of toppings on, and it's maybe like just to put some flair on it and actually don't interact that much in the whole experience of taste and consistency. But I think that we should do both that tradition honor, and then we should put in some things and put some things on the open-faced sandwiches that actually adds something to it. So I'm just gonna make a small plate of condiments that we're gonna using on the smørrebrød, and yeah, it's just a bit of chopping and cutting, and just let's go. Fuck me. Now we're ready to do the hot elements on the smørrebrød, on the open-faced sandwiches. And we got a pan here, which we're gonna fry the breaded fish in. We got a pan here, where we're definitely gonna butter fry some sourdough bread for the shooting star, stjerneskud. And here we got a pot with the rest of the red onion, and we're gonna add a little bit of water. Here, white wine. So there we go with that. Actually, I just want one bay leaf in here. That's gonna be the poaching liquid for our piece of rolled up turbot. Always roll with the darker parts on the inside and the whitest side outside. So this just gonna come to a slight, it's gonna come to a boil, and I'm gonna turn it down. And then we're just gonna put that in, and ever so gently we're gonna poach it. Not for all what it's worth, don't boil the turbot. Cut off your ass or your elbow, but don't boil the turbot. Just don't. We are gonna do two kinds of bread. We're gonna do a sourdough, Ølandshvede, I don't know the English name of that, fried for the shooting star open-faced sandwich. And then we're gonna butter fry a piece of rye bread for the open-faced sandwich that you are fearing the most in the world, Matthew, the old cheese.
Oh no.
Yeah, I said it. 2 days old.
Look at that.
That's not bad at all. Oh, and it smells sour, and it's not dry at all, and I really like bread like this. I really like freshly baked bread out of the oven. Well, who doesn't? But this quality of bread bake, when it gets what some might call stale, and you get like this really, really, really chewy crust, it's for me, it's gotta be even. It's gotta be pretty even. You know what? This is good. This is actually good. And now we're gonna cut open the rye bread here. This is just a plain, old school, classic Danish rugbrød, rye bread on sourdough, and you can smell the sourness of it, and you can smell the bake of. There's a bit of malt in here, and you have all the pips and grains, sunflower seed. You got the hayseed. You got the whole rye, and it's just, yeah, it's really what you miss when you're when you're out traveling. You really, 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 really miss rye bread. So now this is boiling, and we're just gonna keep that going. But first we're gonna toast this bread off. We're gonna put in a bit of neutral oil here. Matthew, did you steal the butter? You're a butter thief.
No, I didn't.
What the fuck? Oh, here.
Where's Waldo?
Buy the bread. So now, first of all, we're gonna want these pieces of bread to suck up a lot of this fat and butter. And then we're gonna toast it ever so slightly so it get this toasty color. And we're gonna put it on a plate with a paper towel so it can suck off all the excess fat. So now you see that you're getting the color here on the bread.
Yes.
And you also see the pretty serious amount of butter running up around on the sides here. Here we go.
That's looking good.
Yeah. Now we're toasting. Yes, man, let's toast. Brr. So now I'm gonna start heating up the pan for the fish, frying the fish. And it's the same procedure as while we're toasting the bread. Heat it up with a good amount of oil. You don't want to shallow fry this, but you want to be generous with the oil. You want to be generous with the oil, and definitely with the butter. The oil keeps the butter from burning completely. So here we go. Here we go. Look at that. These pieces of, it's like the butter is still dancing here. So now we're preparing everything, and then we're gonna put the smørrebrøds together, just like and present them at the same time. So these fish fillets, the fried fish, is gonna be warm. Not like sizzling, but they're gonna be crisp and warm. And this is gonna be warm as well. And the rest of the pieces of smørrebrød is pretty cold. So now, talking about butter frying up, we want these kind of bubbles not to go completely away, but we want them to start brown a bit, and then we're gonna fry the fish. Oh. These fillets are insane. So maybe you can twist and turn these a couple of times, but no more. That is already on the way to being, like, you don't ever want to over fry these fish. Let's go more butter. Sherbet just deserves butter. So you want to go baste. So now we got this almost at the boiling point. So it's sit in the roll of turbot here. And keep an eye on it. It cannot boil. This is almost done, the big piece here. Yeah. And now we're gonna take care of that. Be careful that the butter don't burn too much. What a piece of fish. What a piece of fish. It's crispy on the outside and it's gonna be still flaky and almost glassy inside. That is what we want. Just like, don't move it too much around too much. Just let it absolutely just sit by itself. Yeah. We're there.
Why would you not move it around?
Because eventually you could break the meat. So this is our hot elements done. Keep it here, like that. And it will eventually sit to be done when we have to use it for our open-faced sandwich. We got our butter toasted sourdough bread. We got a rye bread here, butter toasted for the old cheese. We got the pan-fried turbot breaded, and we got the lightly poached turbot here for the shooting star. Let's plate up and let's begin with the potato open-faced sandwich. Now we're gonna use butter here on the rye bread. This is what in Danish is smør. Like this. And you have to go all the way to the edges here. Nope, not being cheap. This is a bit of the funny parts because you will always get a piece of salad and sometimes it just doesn't matter. And I'm not, in fact, quite sure if it matters, but it looks nice. It looks like kind of 80s, 70s thing. I just got this salad here. And then we're gonna add in the potatoes here. And we're gonna add some tomatoes. Just a couple. But still enough to bring some acidity into the... And then we're gonna do some mayo. I think we've got it here. Be generous. The fried capers. Here. Yeah. And then, because it's Danish summer, let's be generous with the dill also, because that is, you want to taste the dill. So here we got the potato open-faced sandwich with fried capers and a homemade mayo. Let's go. Let's do the fiskefilet med remoulade. Gonna butter up the rye bread. Damn salad. It's so freaking 80s to do this. Look at the size of that.
It's humongous.
That's too much. That's not even real. The remoulade. Now it's gonna be some kind of 80s thing, but this is what we used to do in the 80s. It's called a cucumber springer. Put on the dill like you mean it. And then you'll have eventually 2 pieces of tomato here. And this is as old school as it can be. And then you'll have your lemon, the wedge of lemon here. There you go.
Look at that.
All right, so this is also the old school one. Well, all of these are old school, but this is æg og rejer, which just in plain Danish is shrimps and egg. You get the 80s, 70s salad in the bottom. Oh yeah, look at that color of the yolk. That is what we want. Yes. We're gonna need mayo. You can't even see the eggs. Jesus Christ, this is insane. And then you just wanna add the shrimps on top here.
So the mayo is like a glue also?
Yeah, definitely. It's a glue. All right, here we go. Once again, we're gonna do chives like we mean it. Go all the way. But that's way too much chives, yeah, but it's like a really good oniony flavor. Go in with the tomatoes here. A little bit of freshly ground pepper on this one. So this is 3 pieces of really classic Danish smørrebrød. Okay, we're almost there. But now we're gonna do the monster. To begin with, we get the white sauce, just a smear on the bread here. Then we're gonna get the 80s salad here on. Boom. The pan-fried turbot here. And now I'm actually gonna move to the plate that we are plating on, because now it's gonna be like a stacking project without remorse. We got the steamed here, the poached, and then we're getting a bit of the red dress on here. And then we're gonna put on shrimps. Don't be shy. Don't be fucking shy when you got these shrimps. They're so sweet. The cold smoked salmon. And once again, you'll have to get like a pretty decent quality of that. And you put that 1 piece here. And you'll put 1 piece here at the bottom. The cucumber springer, once again, because that is the way of the 80s. Get the tomato in there. This is just stacking around. And then you're gonna do a bit of red here. And then you're gonna do a loads of dill. This is like a perverse tower. Of course, we need the white asparagus. And we need the crowns of the white asparagus here. You need the white asparagus. Oh, how was I to forget? completely insane to forget that. Look at that. That is insane. That is just insane. And if you go into a restaurant and order a shooting star, if it doesn't look like this, it's not a shooting star. Okay, the last one is the one that you've been fearing, Matthew.
Yes.
It's the old cheese. And here I got in this box, concealed for everyone.
Ugh.
Hold your breath. It's the old cheese. Woo! And this is classical Danish cheese, which have been matured for like 18 months, I guess. And it's almost talking to me. And I'm just gonna do some slices. And once again, this is Danish Smørrebrød. You don't want to be cheap, not even with the smelly cheese. Now the really, really funny parts begins, because now you want to add some mustard. I'm doing like a grainy mustard here. You can do a Dijon if you want. And then this product is pretty Danish, I think. It's called sky, and it's just an aspic. Look at how it's wobbling. Ding, 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 ding. Right now, I guess there's a vast majority of the viewers from Denmark who are sitting like, and they can remember that their grandfather or maybe their grandmother had like a cheese hanging out of the window because it was so disgusting. And then you're gonna go with raw onions. This is really, really, really dangerous flavors. This is raw onion, this is old cheese, this is mustard, this is like getting your mouth kicked in with umami flavors. The last thing you want to do when you have this old cheese, maybe it's just to hide the taste, the bad taste of cheese, you want to stench it with a bit of good rum. So there you go, the whole shebang. And if you go to a restaurant and go all through all of these in one serving, well, you're a better man than me. And you will make your mama proud. This is the potato open-faced sandwich with mayo, tomatoes, dill, and deep-fried capers on a piece of rye bread from fucking Party. It is completely insane how good a piece of rye and new Danish potatoes act together. And now we're going to the fiskefilet with remoulade. And we're gonna be generous with the lemon. First time I'm getting this kind of open-faced with turbot. You might think it's sacrilege to use turbot on a piece like open-faced sandwich like this, but that's because you haven't tasted it. We have the crunchy bits of panko who soaked in all the brown butter. We got the rye bread, which is tasting so nice. You got the 80s salad in the bottom, who actually adds something. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's psychological. And then you got the fresh dill on top of the remoulade and the fish. And then turbot it's not my favorite fish, but I can definitely understand why It's one of the most expensive fish to prepare and get your hands on the Danish fish market. It's almost like it got a tiny bite, and it's flaky, but not flaky, and it's like it's a piece of meat. It got a consistency as meat, but that would not do the fish justice, because I would 9 out of 10 times I would rather eat a piece of turbot like that than I would eat some kind of stupid meat. And I love meat. So now we're hitting it for the shrimps and egg and rejer. Shrimps, eggs. This is messy. The combination of these shrimps, who also got a lot of texture, a really, really subtle sweetness, and then you got the mayo, which is more like a fatty consistency, who binds everything together. And then you got the chives, who actually got this oniony thing that spikes a bit. And then you got the lemon juice, who always fits well with the shrimps. And then, of course, you got the majestic taste of the fresh egg, which is, if you haven't had a fresh dinosaur egg, you would be laughing if you taste this. Let's go for this monster.
Optimus Prime.
Yeah. Where to start? There's so many things. Maybe I should start with the bit who's actually poached, because I have tasted the fried one.
Good idea.
So I'm getting a bit of the poached here. And the bread. Oh. And the white asparagus. And I'm so sorry that I'm speaking with a mouthful. It's unpolite, and it's not good. And then you get this piece of cold smoked salmon. It may look like a mess, and it may look like wrong, but it's just such a joy to eat. So here we got the old cheese with the aspic, the mustard, and the raw onion on a butter-fried piece of fried bread. What a glorious ending. And I want to get the aspic, I want to get the raw onion, I want to get everything in one bite. Listen to that rye bread. Everything becomes a mess when you're eating smørrebrød, when you're eating open-faced sandwiches. Everything. It's such a banger. It's just getting that cheese and that roasted rye bread and these raw onions. So powerful flavors, and they're not evening each other out, or what you say, leveling each other out, but they're just like doing some kind of vulgar display of harmony in your mouth.
All right, Mr. Simon.
All right, Mr. Burnett.
I'm coming in from this side today.
There you go.
Thank you, thank you. It's amazing.
But you had smørrebrød a lot of times.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And it's just like it is a Danish classic, absolute. And it's like something, even though you order it at a open-faced sandwich shop,
Yes.
you get eventually what you pay for. But I think you should start with the potatoes.
I've never seen like this much on like when you get smørrebrød. It's like half.
Yeah, you've never seen this amount of toppings?
Yeah.
No, but that's also vulgar, and that's how it's going to be in here. Try to hit the fried capers there.
That's delightful. Absolutely. it's all it's like a perfect mixture. Sweet, and I like it's crunchy.
Yeah, the capers.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah,
I think this is the first time I've tasted that actually.
capers at all?
Capers, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, happy birthday.
Thank you very much. I'm a fan. I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now you're gonna have fiskefilet, fried fish fillet, done on Danish turbot.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
I never imagined that.
Me neither. And I've been cooking for 25 years. Remoulade.
Oh wow.
That fish, as a fiskefilet, as a fish fillet, breaded fish,
That's insane.
that is insane. That is illegal.
Yeah.
Because, yeah,
But this is how it should be. If you have like a big budget.
yeah. if you like,
Big budget.
if you realize your Bitcoin lotto
Yes.
ticket,
Finally pays off.
yeah, that would be it.
Okay, so I got
Eggs and shrimp.
Shrimp.
Mayo, chives, tomato,
Chives. Yes.
the 90-80 salad,
Yes.
and then just on rye.
Yes.
The thing about the shrimps, that when you're getting these fresh shrimps, instead of you getting it from a bucket, and then of course I think that you should praise the eggs.
Yeah.
And the mayo, who we made with the same eggs, it's like.
So much flavor.
Yeah.
In the shrimp also.
Yeah, they're sweet, and they're like chewy in a almost in a crunchy way.
Yeah.
I think that the eggs are the star of that dish because we're getting it as a mayo and we're getting it like boiled.
Yeah.
The shrimps are good, but the eggs are like king.
Next level.
Yeah, I
Next
gotta say.
level.
Thank you, crazy small dinosaurs outside in the tiny house.
So I want to taste the cheese because I want to end on that.
But you should. Okay. This is gonna be interesting. You can taste like you want.
Okay.
I'm gonna catch you if you fall.
We're gonna edit this.
No.
Boom, it's just on. So
No, we're not gonna edit those.
Okay, I'm gonna say it like this. Please.
Are you dying inside?
No, I'm living. Simon,
What? Are you serious? You actually
I actually like this.
you don't spit it out,
No.
and you dig the rum and everything.
Yes.
But those are strong flavors. They are like, oh my god,
bro,
I'm in tears.
this is brilliant.
Yeah. Really?
Yes.
This is like the greatest victory of them all. It's like Matthew eating old cheese. Yes.
Well done.
I never thought that you would actually even go for it, trying it, when we talked about
I
old
actually
cheese.
like it. It's actually very, yeah. Wow.
Strange.
I would order that, actually. Like, as a breakfast thing.
I'm in tears. Like a breakfast thing, you're just so fucking hardcore. Like eating that for breakfast is like,
Oh, yeah. With rum.
yeah.
Or rum thing.
Oh, that would be the Jamaican part of you who actually like the Caribbean
Yeah,
rum.
man, you're bomba clat, man. So, this is strong flavors,
Yeah.
but not too strong.
No, and I think as we talk about this, is insanely vulgar display of really, really heavy flavors.
Yes.
But they're so heavy together that they kind of leveling thing out.
Merges together.
Yeah, and it becomes like a harmony. But you get like this hardcore umami in the back of the
Yes.
throat, like. And that is what actually, obviously that's the odor of the cheese where people go like.
Yeah.
But when you're tasting it, that's the same thing when you're working with fish sauce.
Yeah.
You're adding fish sauce to a dish, and you get the smell of, I won't say it, but then, and you're tasting it, and it's just like, oh my god, this is like a whole new level of tight flavors that's just exploding.
It's tight.
Yeah, try the steamed fish.
Steamed fish. Okay. So many layers.
Yeah. And you could arguably talk about if there's too many layers. Arguably, definitely.
I have to work for this, you know?
Yeah. And it's a strange kind of combination, but it is a whole dish in itself. And
Yeah.
that piece of open face there will be enough for 2 people.
Yeah, just yeah.
Easily.
Yeah. So this goes with this or with...
It goes with it all. That's the messy thing about it.
Okay. I got to try that.
So normally you will have a white sauce, cold sauce. In Denmark, you will have a white cold sauce with white fish. That's pretty normal. And it's great.
Yes.
But what of course the fish and everything on it, which is way too much. But the butterfried sourdough bread, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's time to say arrivederci, and thank you for watching Eat Out the Danes. If you like it, subscribe. And you actually just saw Mr. Matthew Burnett eating old Danish cheese. I'm stoked. So
I'm in heaven.
be peaceful and see you next time.
That's my favorite thing.
The white one?
Yeah, that's my favorite. This dish.
Dildibidut.
Yeah, doop.
Dildibidut. Oh, are you gonna? I'm gonna take the rest of this.
Okay, take it.
Yes.
I'm gonna take that.
Yeah, do that. By all means.